welcome back to the channel. Oh, I am so happy that you all came. Whew, it's going to be another interesting one today. Oh, my goodness. So today, this one popped up on the radar earlier, so I had to speak on it. It's kind of crazy, but it's kind of also interesting. So the title of this one is Love Marvel Comics and Movies. Ed Brubaker made more money from his cameo in Winter Soldier than actually creating him. That sounds crazy, right? Yeah, I think it does too. But before we get on to that, let me introduce myself if you don't know. Hello, my name is Lewis Porter Jr. and this is my channel. And, you know, that topic just really says it all. I mean, let me explain how this happened. So I was reading my regular stuff today and this little message or post came up on Facebook. And I was like, what? And it's from Comics Beat. Usually I'm not a big fan of them, but once in a while they get something that's kind of interesting. So I go, okay, let me check it out. And it said, Ed Brubaker gets more residuals from his Winter Soldier cameo than from creating the character. And I'm just like, wait a minute, that can't be right. That can't be right. And you go into it. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but it's a lot going on here, but I'm going to give you the pure overview of it. Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin, it's his partner on a Fat Man Beyond podcast, was talking to Ed Brubaker. And about Ed Brubaker was expressing his mixed feelings over the Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus series. It's an interesting read, and I don't want to ruin it for you for the read, but some of the stuff just goes, wait a minute, what? So you read more of it, you get into it, and really, I mean, the general gist of it is basically that they don't get paid much. And I say they as writers and creators, because this is not just him, but also Steve Epting, who did the artwork for it. I mean, they basically teamed up, took a Joe Simon, Jack Kirby invention, and updated it with the coolest idea of being the Winter Soldier. Now, you know, and I'll admit, when it first got on the racks, I hated it. They killed off the Red Skull in the first issue, and I'm like, I've seen this before, and I put it down. And then later on, I came back to it and saw the whole thing as this big whole piece. I was like, wow, this is really kind of cool. But when I first saw it, it wasn't 100%. So, you know, gotta keep that honest. But without him, he wouldn't have, you know, without him, they wouldn't be the Winter Soldier. There wouldn't have been all this stuff for movies. There would be no Bucky. So it's like, it's pretty amazing how everything is gone. But the weird part is like, the money he's made from writing all that stuff and putting it on the screen and doing all that stuff is less money than his 3-second cameo. 3 second and one line. That paid him more money. I don't know much about acting. I don't know. I don't know. But I gotta wonder, if you created a character that made a ton of money in books, toys, stuff like that, you think the guys involved would get like just a little taste. But I didn't think it was gonna be like barely a taste. Like that's all you get. That's all you get. Like what? I mean, dude. I mean, your 3-second appearance in a movie with one line paid you better than what you made on creating the character and all those stuff. I mean, I can't even imagine that. I know I talked to Chuck Dixon, well, now it's been like 15 years, and he was talking about when he created Bane. And the good thing was when he created Bane, for DC at least, they paid him, anytime Bane made an appearance, you know, not just on TV, not just that, TV, but don't think of that, but on SpaghettiOs, he got money from that. So, you know, Chuck Dixon created a lot of characters. So he got paid decently well from DC, I guess. I don't know about Marvel, but DC paid him money for years about his creations. It's crazy this goes on. I'm just amazed this even goes on. And I'm like, what? So then later on in this same article, Jim Starlin revealed in a Facebook post, which is a link to it in this article. If you go to, like I said, Comics Beat and read it, you'll love this. Or I'll have the link at the bottom, of course. This is how crazy it is. Jim Starlin revealed in a Facebook post that he received more money from DC Comics Entertainment when Anatoly, I'm going to mispronounce this, Neschev, better known as the KGB Beast, appeared for a relatively minor role on Batman v Superman than the appearances of his creation for, most notably, wait for this, Thanos the Mad Titan. The appearance of the KGB Beast as a minor villain in a DC movie paid him better than Thanos, you know, the Mad Titan, in the Marvel movies, wait for it, combined. How in the world does an appearance of a character that makes a minor appearance well, not my favorite film, but in a film, make you more money than Thanos. Most people never know what Thanos was till I'm just, do you see what's happening? I'm freaking out about this because it sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. And he goes and they go in here and they talk about this stuff. So I'm going to ask the question again. And, this is one of those moments of, you got to be kidding me. So for all you people who are raving, I can't wait to get to Marvel. Marvel's going to be so good. Ed Brubaker and Jim Starlin, well-known writers, well-respected. They've done tons of stuff. Their reputations are solid. They basically made no money on the creations they made for these corporations, and the corporations didn't give them any money back. I don't understand that. I don't. But I do understand why Marvel has not been as good as it's been because of stuff like this. I mean, that's ridiculous. Guys, the money you could have tossed them just to be fair could have been reasonable. I mean, once again, man, apparently DC knows how to do it. Apparently Marvel can't count to 6. I mean, guys, how does a guy make a 3-second role on a film get more money in residuals than he does from the actual creation of the thing that they're talking about that he's in the scene with? You named the movie The Winter Soldier. Come on. You couldn't have tossed a brother some dollars? I mean, wow. There's cheap, but then there's are you kidding me? Without his story, without his idea, that movie wouldn't have existed. Would not. And how you don't take care of people is just amazing. So, I can't imagine that as a fan and someone who loves. Look, Winter Soldier is one of my favorite movies. But now learning this, I'm like, ooh, that's kind of, damn, Marvel. You made those billions of dollars. You could have break these guys off. Hell, man, maybe 15, 20 grand. I don't know. Maybe that's all they got. Maybe they got less. I'm assuming they got less. But the way this describes, it doesn't sound like 10 grand money. This sounds like I slap you in the face money. I don't know how much they gave them, but whatever it wasn't enough. It wasn't. Let's keep it real. They made a ton of money off these movies. The guys who create them, you can toss them some money. Now, did they sign a bad contract? I don't know. But geez, just for the basic common sense of it all. And I don't want to ruin a spot. You've got to read this article. You have to read this article. Because something else that happens in this just makes me blow my mind, how crazy is this? How easily more can you disrespect the people who create this stuff? But once again, Hollywood has proven over and over they don't care about creatives. And that's why I'm going to spend the next minute just saying that if you are doing comics and you are looking at going at the big guys of your comics, stop wasting your time. Do your own stuff, develop it, build it, team up with other people. See, maybe you could build comic book universes that work together and make some real money. Because Hollywood's out of ideas and they want big corporations like the Disney and the Warner Brothers to send them stuff. But if you can build that new big thing that they don't expect, a la Walking Dead, you can build it and start spinning off other stuff. Follow Robert Kirkman. Robert Kirkman was right. He built something that most people didn't know they wanted, and he did it out of I'm just going to do it. And then people liked his other stuff, and then that, and he kept building and building. Do yourself a favor. Build your own thing. Don't worry about Marvel. Don't worry about DC. They're not doing anything. They've proven that. They're not going to do anything new. They've proven it over and over. Just look. Do your own thing. Get out there. Make the money. Do the right thing. Pay your people who helped you out. It's going to be good for your karma in the long run. I mean, this is just ridiculous. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Hey, thank you for checking out my channel. Do me a favor, check out my other videos, and if you like what you see, subscribe.